Well, Taliaferro getting set to take on one of these two drivers, the Tiger Foe machine. That, of course, is Munroe Guest. Those cars come to life. He is set to take on Joey Severance out of the number 2 qualifying spot. Good weekend for him, though.
And Munroe Guest, another one of the top 10 runners we mentioned, coming into the 5 spot for points. Joe Monda now calling the shots on that team. They've had a very good year this year on both the national and divisional levels.
Down at the far end with Mark Taliaferro after his second round win there, getting kind of a gift there with the red light on the other side. But Mark, as Bob Fry said just a few moments ago, you've been living in the 530s this weekend. Do you think that's going to be good enough? Can you keep it up?
We've been pretty consistent. We'd like to pick it up a little bit. I think I'd like to run low 30s. I think that'll help get the job done.
Tell me about that run.
I really couldn't tell that much about it because the other guy left so early. I didn't know if I was late or he red lit. So luckily he red lit because he definitely beat us to the other end. I knew that for a fact.
It's brutal for a driver. You're sitting up there getting ready to go, and you hear the other driver's engine rev up. You see him take off. Some of the drivers will tell you right away that they can actually see the wind light come on the scoreboard. But a lot of times it can affect the way that you mechanically work the race car going down the track.
I'm sure the first impulse, too, is, uh-oh, what's wrong here? I'm late, but...
Or I'm getting fired.
Yeah, one of the two.
This will be a fun run to watch for those of us that's enjoyed 2 good matchups. A supercharged car, Joey Severance, who just loves running here at this racetrack, and Munroe Guest, the invader, coming in from the south central part of the country with that 8 fuel car.
You see how big those scoreboards look at the far end of the racetrack. Scoreboard's going to show you that Munroe Guest took that win with a 5:35. You look at the numbers across the board right there, from the reaction times to the elapsed times. Those drivers were both ready, and that was a good drag race.
Munroe Guest was .020 on the starting line, meaning 200s, and when the light went green, he took off and he left the starting line last. Down at the 8th mile, though, 223 miles an hour at half track for the Tiger Flow car. These cars run at the big speeds, 8 miles an hour difference in the top end. That's what helped propel him to the victory. We had some nasty tire chatter down low as well, too. Not as easy to drive out of them sometimes with those 8 fuel cars, but did a good job. And we're going to take a look at the incremental times down the racetrack. The only spot on the racetrack where it matters, Munroe Guest was the better.
And the difference, 8 mile an hour quicker from Munroe Guest. He was able to run it down.